Hello guys and welcome back to Brits Bolly. Still Asad Chan. Before the break I asked you a question about who is directing Bobby Jasur's. Diya Mirza is producing it and the director of the name is Samar Sheikh, that's his name, okay? I have no idea who he is. I asked the guy behind the camera, does he know him? And he goes, he doesn't like to work with the first timers. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to complain about it. But one person who actually keeps working the same team is Shujit Sarkar. Well, he did a film called Vicky Donor, which did really well. Then he did another film called Madras Cafe, which was okay. It was a good film, and it did pretty well. It did get banned in UK. But this time for his new film, stars Amitabh Bachchan, and he's got the writer of Vicky Donor called Juhi Chaturvedi to actually pen the dialogues and the screenplay, which is really, really exciting because I think Shujit Sarkar and Amitabh Bachchan coming together will make a good film, as always. Is John Abraham producing it? I don't know, because he's got a strong link with the Shujit's company. But then knowing John, he's making all this innovative film, so we are very excited. One person who knows what he makes and is completely clean on it, because he told me, I only want to work in commercial films which do well at the box office, is Saif Ali Khan. This was Bullet Raja, he was in London, and this scarf is dedicated to him. Check it out.
हमारी कोई जान नहीं लेती बॉस, दूसरों के अंदर जानवर जगह देती। अच्छा ठीक है। इसने कोई भी गड़बड़ की तो सबसे पहले गोली मैं मारूं।
Guys, once again, Brits Bollywood, Asad and Saif here. Pleasure
Hello,
to have you
Asad.
again.
Yes, very nice.
It's always a pleasure. You know what, I was just telling him before the interview that I've seen last time he had a plaster, he had a beard, and now he's got a little badge there.
Yes.
So, do you want to elaborate on that before we go forward?
On the badge? Well, this is actually, I think it says no stealing in a way. It's like got a...
No stealing?
Well, it's open to interpretation. It's either anti-stealing, anti-superhero.
Wow.
Whichever one you want to take it as.
Just take the most positive note anyway.
Most positive note.
Now, I just saw the trailer for Bullet Raja. Fantastic stuff. And goes back to the rural side of you.
Right.
So how did this film come about?
This is a film that Tigmanshu Dhulia and I were thinking about something to do together. We kept meeting and talking, and then he offered me this, and we had some kind of offbeat ideas. And then suddenly this really quite commercial idea came up about the rise of a simple sort of Brahmin boy into rock star mafia-dom sort of, and he made it into a really entertaining character. And I remember thinking he's putting something to make every shot of a sort of an item, And it was fun to play the character because basically it's a story of like two friends, so a strong theme is loyalty and friendship. And it's also a revenge drama. And it's set in the background of Western UP politics, which is murky at best.
Absolutely.
And he made the character really charming. There's a lot of... It is an action film, but there's a lot of comedy and romance. I mean, not comedy as in front bencher kind of stuff, but there's some laughs. You enjoy the character because he's enjoying himself during the movie.
Well, when you're talking about like Tigmanshu's last film, Ban Singh Tomar, which was obviously a national award winner, and at the same time the character wasn't very, very commercial. So if he had kept that film on the same lines, which is not, this is a totally commercial film, would you have still played this role?
I don't think so, because I want to right now concentrate on doing commercial movies,
films.
Because first of all I can, and second.
True. We know.
And secondly, I mean, I just feel I'd like to make films for India. And for Indians. And the, simple
So you're not
people
there for
who
the
live
international kind of...
No, I don't think so. Then I should have moved to America or...
LA or...
Because it's a different scene.
Absolutely, completely. So I know that you've kind of like always you've got your own production house. So you work with people that you want to work with. So it must be a big decision to actually, every time you have to work outside your camp or you're outside your production house. So what's the prerequisite for that? How do you decide that?
I don't know really. I thought that I'm very comfortable in my production, but it's not really about comfort. And our industry is very small and it's quite lovely. And I've worked with all these guys. I mean, for example, on Hamshakal set, who I'm shooting with Sajid now, in London, I mean, the crew I've worked with in 3 different movies. I know the entire crew. I mean, the technicians, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
And even the production manager used to be with, Yash Raj.
Yeah, sure.
Back in the day, we've done 2 films there. So, I mean, So I don't feel that I'm working outside home, and it's not that other productions don't spoil me as much. Yeah. So my home production better sharpen up because everyone else is, as cool.
No, that's good. And it's a fact. Now, when I was watching the trailer, it just reminded me of Langra Tyagi as well. Somehow there's, like, you suddenly gave him hair and made him a bit more cooler.
Yes.
And hero mafik.
That is the idea, that, I mean, it is UP and it's got an accent and it's got a little bit, but it's not so heavy and so dark as Omkara.
Was it that hard? This was easier to play compared to that?
Well, I wouldn't say that because, I mean, that was required more concentration, but it's also total. Like, Langra Tyagi is total. I mean, you're putting on this voice and this accent. So if you make your voice like that, you're already performing something. Whereas this guy's quite normal. But it's inflected, like,
so what would you say to the audience? What's the USP of this? Like, I mean, again, it's a very out-and-out commercial
film. It's like an Indian Scarface, It's like,
that's the best described.
So it's like you're
Don't say that, because that means you're going to die at the end of the film. Don't say that.
No, but that's a mystery. can't
Because I know how honest you are, you might even say something.
That would be not good marketing. So I mean, it is. I think it's a little like Scarface in the sense that it's an entertaining guy who gets into this business for, it's not really fully his fault how he got into it, but he reacts.
Wants to do it, yeah?
He reacts, really. He doesn't even want to do it. He doesn't want to be a gangster, but he realizes that he's quite good at it, and if he's going to do it, then it should be done this way, and then... But like I said, he's a nice guy and he's an entertaining guy. So, and he's having a blast. So it's a story of two friends who,
are going the Scarface way.
Yeah, who kind of have to take to this life of like crime in the background of UP politics, and they become, quite successful at it until things start to go wrong.
Well, last question I want to ask. Well, sorry I didn't get you milk this time. I actually feel really bad because he was supposed to get it, but he didn't get it.
What's that?
This is muscle milk.
Okay, this is good. This is like
you should have this.
Okay.
You should have it with me. Yeah, there's loads in it. So my question is, what's happening right now?
Why is it half full?
Because we're going to share it, aren't we, brothers? That's what you said last time.
You already opened it and drank half of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You have?
Yeah. Sorry, I was drinking. I didn't bring it. He was supposed to bring it for you now.
It's just a prop.
I know. But
you should have warned me that it's an empty prop. Anyway, never mind.
Okay, tell us, what's in the pipeline apart from the releases?
Apart from muscle milk.
Muscle milk.
There's Hum Shakals, which is next. First is this film, Bullet Raja, which releases on November the 29th.
Yeah.
And then November 29th. I've done like 5 interviews already, so I don't know if I said that already or whether I'm repeating myself. How do people not do that? I mean, not at this point, but any point. You're like, did I just say that?
Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't there, so...
exactly.
And I love the spontaneity that we always have with you and me in every interview, that the audience get the best of it.
So what was the question again?
What's after this film, so...
So you have that
November
29th is this movie. I said that, right? I'm just kidding. Okay, November 29th
what else
is
releasing?
movie. Then
are we seeing any of the releases?
No, yes, I think so. Then there's a film called Happy Ending that we made.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's titled that. Sounds really
I know.
A bit dodgy. And
are there any happy endings in there?
Well, I think he's in a massage parlor in the title sequence, but I'm not at liberty to say what happens.
Right, any message for your lovely audience?
And then there's Hum Shakals.
Hum Shakals, of course.
Yes. And no, except that you're lovely.
You're lovely. Keep drinking milk.
And
British milk is the best?
Stick to your own culture.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Guys, it's always a pleasure to actually talk to Saif Ali Khan. He always gives me the laughs and always remembers all our previous conversations, and an absolute blast. I totally love him. I think he's amazing. So here is a question before I go, and the question is, who's directed this film, Bullet Raja? Answers on asad@zingtv.co.uk. In the meantime, as always, jo Bullet Raja bolta hai, wahi hota hai. Anyway, guys, I love you, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.
Touch